Good afternoon, guys. It is the afternoon. It's about 1 o'clock now. Sunday the 19th of December today. Getting towards Christmas. As you could probably hear from my voice, I've got a cold, flu type thing. Have had for the last over 2 weeks now. You'll realise you haven't, if you've seen the last video, you haven't seen me for a couple of weeks. I haven't been out. I've been stuck in bed for a week of it. And on the mend slowly. It's me and all the family have got it. Aside from my eldest daughter, who seems immune, but all the rest of us have got it. It's been hideous, absolutely hideous. Sort of flu-y, sneezing, coughing, fever, absolutely horrible. I am on the mend, going a bit stir crazy, which is why I've come out today. This foggy afternoon, just for a couple of hours, as much as I can stand really, and that's the reason as well. I've just come across the road from home. Particularly got the energy to go anywhere else, to do any roving or anything, so I've bought my seat. I'm just going to have a little sit down and have a little bit of a waggler session with a Deadbaits sleeper rod out. I've got with me my Cadence CR10 14-foot match number 2 with a close face reel on it. I'm going to do a bit of waggler fishing just with it, using a Drake waggler, and I've got my one of my Barbel quivers, John Wilson Barbel quivers, to do a bit of dead baiting just with a pike bung on. So that's it really. I shan't waffle on. I'm sure you can hear and probably see I'm really not very good at all, but I'm a hell of a lot better than I have been. So it's perhaps a little bit early to have been coming out, but I wanted some fresh air, and we'll have a couple of hours fishing. It's a nice day actually for fishing, aside from the fact that it's pretty cold. But nice day for doing some waggler fishing. It's very still, just a gentle breeze. The river's in good nick, it's a foot or so visibility, maybe 18 inches. So it looks quite good. As I like to do down here, I'll put this sleeper rod out as well. Some lovely perch and some pike. We're just putting a float rod out. I don't have Xander this year, unfortunately, but got time yet, haven't we? So yeah, I've just got a pike bung there, as you can see. Just stopped at the top with a stop knot, so I can just change the depth fairly easily. In the business end, I've got a trace made from Drennan soft strand. Got a Belgian shot there, which are going to sit on the bottom, and my favoured circle hooks for dead baiting. And I've just got a few dead roach and some smelt as well. I'm just going to use half a roach. I'm just going to stick it right down in the margins, right in front of me down here. For now, we'll start off down there. I've had some lovely perch dead baiting down there, but believe it or not, if you've seen the previous videos, you'll know. There's some clonking perch in this stretch, so we'll try that. We'll move it around perhaps every 20 minutes, half an hour, and see if we can pick anything up. That'll be fished on the bottom. Do like doing a bit of using a float, because it means I don't have to cart around alarms and bits and pieces, you know, and bobbins and things. So just got some frozen roach there. I'll just put half a roach on. We'll get that in. I'll have it in my eye line as well, so I can keep an eye on it. Just halve the roach and then split him up the middle. That's all the juices come out. Circle hook just through his nose, like that. And we'll flick this out, so just in the edge over there. Stop knot's a bit big. Come on, let you come. Yeah, the stop knot's a bit big really for the rings on this on this rod. I'll just let that sort itself out down there. It's quite often a slack in the edge here, but we've got a bit of current today. There's a bit of water on, but those two LG shot are just holding the bottom, so that's fine. It's lovely. Right, we'll let that look after itself. I'd say it's in my eye line just over there, if you can see it. I'm not sure quite how well we do with that there. It's actually the water's actually pushing through on the inside, but you never know. I'll give it a go. As I say, we're going to go on the waggler. Got a bit of groundbait with me, just some Sensas 3000 groundbait. and some maggots and some worms, and that's it. Keep it nice and simple. Can often take 20 minutes or so to get things going here, but I'm sure we'll catch some roach. I just fancy getting some bites, really. I'm not intending on doing anything spectacular or, you know, trying to target any big fish or anything. I'm just happy to catch some fish today. Nice to just be out. Alright, Drake Waggler. I'm not going to fish too far out today. That's the one I was using last time. That one, I think. That float's hanging on in that current. It's pushing through in here more than it often does, but you never know. Certainly push the smell of the bait downstream. It's not going to be a bad thing. Right. Now I know in here we're going to need to be at least 9 or 10 foot deep. So we'll start off there. We'll go straight on maggot. Keep the loose feed going in. Put a bit of groundbait into the fish over. So I'll chuck a bit of groundbait in now. Just go fairly easy on the maggots. It's pretty cold today. I'm not going to put too much loose feed in. The groundbait's got nothing in it at all. It's just literally some groundbait. Put a couple of balls of that in. Just out sort of that sort of distance. About a third of the way across, if that. A couple of balls of that just to get things going. We'll just catapult maybe, I don't know, 5 maggots or so in every cast. Right, hopefully we can catch a few fish. There we go, got a bite already. That's good. Good start. I missed it, but we've had a bite. Oh, got a bit of it's supposed to be very still today, but we've got a bit of a breeze, downstream breeze, which is a little bit awkward. Can often take a 15 or 20 minutes just to get things going down here, get a bit of bait in and get the roach in the swim. But we've got a chance of catching all sorts in here. Roach, skimmers, hybrids, silver bream, all sorts of everything in here. It's a bit awkward. I wasn't expecting it to be moving on the inside here. It's usually fairly slack. Might have been better off with a sort of stick float. It's easier to mend the line. Finally, we've connected. As expected. Lovely roach. Fantastic. Well, that's great if the roach are up for a feed. Nice bag of roach would be very welcome. Well, a few bites are struggling to connect with them. I did actually think I was dragging bottom, but they were too fast really to be dragging bottom bites. The breeze has just picked up a little bit. It's going to make things very awkward. Now we've got some going. Wonderful. Well, I could happily sit here for a couple of hours catching these, definitely. Just what the doctor ordered. Hopefully this annoying breeze will drop. Making presentation very awkward. We could always have a little move though if we need to. Move, I don't know, that's 50 metres upstream. We can fish more with a sort of breeze, almost from behind. Can come round on the bank a little. We're in a little bit of a bay here. If I go and fish up here, there's a lot of reeds in the edge, but make things a little bit awkward. We could go and fish there and might make presentation a bit better. We'll see how we get on here firstly. There we go. Going down the same place every time. Clearly where that groundbait's settled. Nice stamp of fish. And a bite of chuck. Not very warm today, and that breeze is certainly not helping. Car temperature gauge, when I had a look earlier, it's 3.5 degrees. Doesn't actually feel that cold, to be honest, but I'm absolutely wrapped up to the hilt, as you can imagine. Feeling as I do. I've got almost every jumper and t-shirt on that I own. Thermals and everything. Well, this is wonderful. One of those tiny little roach they can sometimes get in here. Well, this is fantastic. They're not monsters, are they? But very nice to be catching on a misty morning. Misty afternoon, even. Bit of ripple's annoying, but I don't think it'll do the fishing any harm. It's not helping with the presentation. As I say, I might have a couple of hours here and then perhaps have a little move Not really done much up there. If you see the previous videos, I fished up there a couple of videos back. But I had to move because it was so windy. I couldn't cope up there. But the wind was 180 from what it is today. It's an easterly today. Whereas that day was a westerly. And absolutely banging into my face. If I fish up there today, it'll be coming off my left shoulder. Having said that, there's some cracking roach. Can't complain about this at all. Well, I have to say, even though I feel a bit rubbish, it's very enjoyable. Trying various different colours and maggots as well, but they seem to like them all. Just got that pint and a half of leftovers really. Mostly reds, but there's some yellows and bronzes, orange. The odd white one. Doesn't seem to be making any difference. Getting a bite every run through, pretty much. Very tempted to go and get my stick float though. It would definitely be a lot easier to control that. Catching some lovely roach. Definitely be a lot easier to control that than this waggler. Now this breeze has picked up. It's very awkward. Come on, we're catching. Normally when I come down here, the inside quarter of this is not moving at all. So it's lovely to fish the waggler. You don't have to worry about the line being dragged along. But today it's all moving in here. Because there's a bit of water on. Only a bit. Perhaps 4 inches, something like that. And the water is all moving in here and it's just making it awkward. I could fish a stick float, I could hold the line up off the water. But as I say, I'm getting quite every run through, pretty much in the same place. That breeze has dropped as well now, which is helping. Peas in the pod, absolutely wonderful. Apologies for my nasal droning as well today. Sound like the bloke off the Tunes advert, don't I? There's one for the kids. Actually lost my voice for 2 days, as my wife did. I say we've just been streaming and sneezing. It started off with my youngest coming home from school. Streaming nose one day. Never thought much of it. She's got a cold. You know, the usual 2 train marks and red train marks coming out of the nostrils and the slug trails. Never thought anything of it. And 2 days later, me and my wife were in bed for the best part of a week, as was the youngest. As I say, in bed for a week, and then so I'm a bit distracted. And the bloke driving around in his 4x4 in a field behind, which is a bit weird. Spent another week feeling a bit better. Yeah. Really sneezing and sneezing and sneezing. It's crazy. The fever at the beginning was something else. Horrible. Absolutely fab. Bite a chuck. Wonderful. Nice to have a few bigger ones. But as I say, really just came out to get a bit of fresh air. Do a bit of fishing and of course give you a bit of an update on what's been happening or not happening. I had a run through then with no bite. First time for a while. Just let it run through a bit further. Often pick up slightly better fish if you let it go through a bit further. I picked up my fish further down the swim, but it's not bigger. This is lovely. Very roachy day though, isn't it? Coloured water and overcast, low light levels. Very roachy conditions. I'm intending on doing quite a lot of fishing over Christmas. I'm going to break up from work middle of the week. Got quite a few things I want to do. Obviously get after some more barbel if we get any warm rain. Do want to get on the trail of a grayling. Never caught a grayling before. I do fancy this winter. That'll involve going over to the wire or to the lug to do that. And that's okay. Lovely stamp of fish today. This is wonderful. Certainly want to do some more predator fishing as well. Definitely on the agenda, and of course get on some smaller rivers as well, which I've not done yet. I need to get my knee sorted really. It's been getting better, but last night I did struggle with it in the night because it's on the inside of my knee. It's the MCL, I believe. It's last night I just couldn't get in a position where I wasn't in pain. Just a bit cautious of doing too much on it, and if I do go over on it or such thing again, if I twist it again, I'm going to be in real trouble. I'm going to do some real damage, so I'm being a bit careful really. Oh, I'm interested in this Pike Roach. Yeah, it's off. You can see. If you can see that there, chugging off. I'll give him a minute because I've got circle hook on, so it's not going to be an issue. Yeah, simple enough. Off with that, isn't it? Right, circle hooks are no striking. Oh, blimey. Wonderful. Great stuff. Well, there we are. Wonderful stuff. Sleeper rod strikes again. Proper little fatty, this one. Proper gut on him. I guess they're perhaps starting to fatten up for spawning. Either that or he's been eating lots of these roach from in here. Wonderful stuff. That's great. Well, very lively. Just did him or her up in the net. Possibly a her with that belly. Go on, off you go. Go and harass some more roach. Great stuff. Well, whilst all that's been happening, as you can see, we've got a proper chop on now. It's not very warm at all. Blimey. Right. Let's get that back in the water. So I'm not sure how this breeze is going to do for the waggler fishing. I think could possibly give us a bit of a problem. And to be honest with you, it's proper cold wind as well. Well, it's an easterly, so it would be. One thing I'm not going to do is sit here and get cold, that's for sure. I'm wrapped up, absolutely wrapped up, but that wind is bitey. Wasn't supposed to be windy today, so we'll stick it out, see if it just drops again. It might just be a passing bit of breeze. So I could certainly do without getting cold today, that's for sure. Oh. Whatever happens now anyway, I'm more than happy, to be honest. Came back, catch some fish, get some bites. That's exactly what we've done. So I've achieved what I wanted to achieve, so that's great. Bit of fresh air, a few bites, job done. I often find it works well. I mean, this area, obviously next to the reeds, is a good area anyway. For pike, obviously it's a natural fish holding area, but do find the amount of pike strikes I've had down here when waggler fishing that it is a good bet putting a pike rod or predator rod down by your feet, because obviously I'm chucking all these fish back, and that disturbance can attract the pike. And obviously they'll discover your dead bait there. I'm quite surprised actually, because the water is pushing through there, so I'm quite surprised we've had a fish there, but they don't always go for the slackest water, do they, pike? Back on the roach. Wonderful. So guys, as you can see, I had a little move, only, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 metres, something like that, just a little bit upstream, to fish sort of the upper end of this little bay that there is here. Not going to give it too much longer. It's getting pretty cold, this breeze is not stopping anymore, it's a bit chilly, as I say. Don't want to make yourself any worse. We'll have a go here for, I don't know, we'll give it half an hour or so. See if we can drop on some other fish on the waggler, and perhaps put this dead bait in front of the nose of another pike or perch or whatever. Right, there we go. Tangled in. What's going on? Oh, there we go. Right. Those roach down there were very much of a muchness. It's very enjoyable catching them, but we weren't sort of getting any bigger, or we weren't getting any bigger ones, or even any different species, so I thought perhaps a little bit of a move. You never know. As I said, we'll give it half an hour, just see what happens. I don't usually fish this particular spot. Not for any particular reason, to be honest. There we go, right down the bottom. Assume it's a roach. Certainly is. Nice one to start with. Oh dear. Come on. Alright, pipe one's gone. Well, I'm just changing hook links. And the pike bung's gone. Right. This, oh, another pike. Thick and deep down there. Come on. There we go. Wonderful. There we are, pike number 2. This sleeper deadbait rod's doing a cracking job. And that move did the trick, as it often does. Wonderful. Right, let's get him back. Well, we're catching a few roach in this new spot, but nothing any different to the last spot, really. Some nice roach, certainly. Well, guys, I'm going to call it a day at that. It's about 3:30 now. We've had a good couple of hours at it, 2.5 hours. So yeah, it's been thoroughly cathartic. Get me out of the house. Certainly blown away a few cobwebs and made me feel a lot better, I have to say. Very bunged up now, but a bit of fresh air in the lungs has certainly done me some good. Well, I'm hoping so anyway. I hope I don't have a relapse tomorrow. But yeah, I've really enjoyed that. Caught plenty of roach. Caught there's a couple of pike as well. Just left this deadbait rod out here just till the last second, like you do. Often catch or fairly regularly catch them at just last minute. But it's starting to get dark now, but I'm not gonna give it any longer. I've certainly had enough. My chest and nose have definitely had enough. Wanted to mention as well, the channel's got a new patron, a chap called Robin. Welcome on board, Robin. Thank you very much for your support. I've been chatting to Robin for quite a while now, and he's decided to become a patron. So just wanted to say thank you very much, Robin. You're very welcome on board. Now I'm going to try and get out in the next couple of days, and certainly lots and lots over Christmas. I've got lots planned over Christmas. But that's for then. For now, thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed that half as much as I did. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your support, and I'll see you all again very soon.